Hey, there are still some unknowns about how the NFL is going to make this all work, but they got lots of high-paid people to make those decisions, right? High school football, meanwhile, does not have that same luxury. And, well, there is so much uncertainty about the fall to come. And how are they going to make Friday nights work? That was a big theme earlier this week at High School Football Media Day. Teams from all across our area gathered, and by gathered I mean socially distanced, while scheduling the day in a way to prevent all those teams from showing up at the same time. Still, we were able to gauge the feelings of student athletes. These are the ones who are going to be out on the field in a very uncertain time. And so we asked them how they feel about the current state of things.
People ask me all the time, are we going to have a season? I really can't give them a straightforward answer because we really don't know. They can push it back anytime. They got the committees going on. I mean, they can say one day they might want to play, but then next thing something else happened, then they can push it back anytime. So yeah, it's kind of frustrating.
It's a little bit more anxious. It makes everyone anxious because they all want to play, you know. So yeah, I'd probably say anxious, and I think everyone around Jacksonville probably feels that way too. So I think there's gonna be some pretty good games around the city because everyone's just sitting at home and not being able to play, just work out, go home. So
I feel like they mess with our emotions. One time we see we finna be playing, the next time they say no. So just you gotta be patient and hopefully get on there as soon as we can.
Hey, it's easy. It's easy.
As for the on-field side of things, only the Bulldogs made it to a state championship game out of our area teams a year ago, coming up just short of what would have been a pretty good way to start the Matthews Hoblin era on San Jose Boulevard. As top dog in our area, the Orange and Blue hope to carry that momentum into the year to come.
You know, that game left us staying 2-3 weeks after. It was still hurting. We turned it into motivation. We knew there's nothing we can do to change the past. We looked at the game, we learned our mistakes, and we've been getting ready to get back after it. We're going to be in the same position, and we're going to win it this time.
Do you think that message will be easy to relay across just because of how the state championship game went?
Yeah, having the whole team, I mean, everybody knows what happens, everybody experienced it, everybody had the same feeling, so coming back out, it's going to be easy to motivate guys. You just have to say a couple words, you know, remember that game, and we'll be ready to go.
Few quarterbacks, if any, in the class of 2021 can sling it like Simmons. That's Walter Simmons III, the talented senior over at Oakleaf High School. He recently made his college commitment and sat down with our own Marcel Robinson to talk about it.
Feels great. Feels great to finally get out the way, finally relaxed, and play football now.
I mean, the obvious question is the one that everyone wants to know. You having a multitude of offers, double-digit offers, I mean, guesses left and right of where you're going to go. What made you lock into ECU?
They were on me every single day since the day they offered me. They were never on and off. They were just always right there pushing for me.
Not just quarterbacks, but all of our positions. They look at sort of the quote-unquote bigger name schools. You had offers from some of those larger schools, but you chose to go to ECU, and it's more of sort of where you fit is where you want to go to school, right?
Yes, that's why we picked ECU, because they were the perfect fit. Me and my family went up there on our own and looked at everything, so we liked all of that. And then we liked the atmosphere of the coaches and the players from looking at different videos and everything. And we just liked them as a whole.
How great does that make you feel? Like you said, they're on you every single day. A lot of times you'll hear some of these things about these coaches. They'll call the guys, once they get the guys, you know, they got them in their back pocket, they'll kind of shy off a little bit for maybe a few months. For them to be literally in your ear every single day, how important was that and how did that make you feel?
It made me feel like I was a need for them, that I was really important for them to get me. And for them to get me, it made their whole day.
Tell me a little bit about the Oakleaf situation, because we've talked to you numerous times about this. Oakleaf is a good school. Football-wise, you guys are one of the top schools in Clay County, even in our area. But you can't really just ever seem to get over that hump. How frustrating is that?
We have to get over that hump. It's really hard, but we'll get it done. We'll get it executed, and when we do, we'll go all the way with it.
Either way, I've always said you're probably one of the hardest working high school football players that we have in the city. Like I said, I'm always seeing you, whether it's at a field or it's at the facility or just wherever you can find grass really to work out. That speaks a lot to your work ethic. Where does that sort of work ethic come from?
My dad drove that work ethic into me, so he's on me all the time about it. So once it got into me, I just been going since then.
And speaking of motivation, sort of jumping back a little bit, the decision to make your commitment on August 1st, what sort of went into that and why that specific date?
So August 1st was my mother's birthday, and she passed a couple years back, so I just want to do something on her birthday. It drives me a lot just knowing that she's up there looking down on me I just got to keep going harder and harder every day.
For a high school player, that's a lot.
It was hard at first, but like it drives me a lot on the field and off the field. I'm just knowing that I can do this and I can get where I need to be at.
Tell me about sort of the quarterback pipeline that we have here in Jacksonville. You're now part of it. In recent memory, guys you've worked out with, so we talked about them before, Jeff Simmons, Carson Beck, Augie DiBiase, all these guys that have come from our First Coast are now on to the next level. Just tell me about what it means for you to now be inserted into that pipeline.
Just to be in the pipeline is great. Just knowing that I can keep the pipeline going, having great quarterbacks come out of Jacksonville it's a good thing.
You being one of the best quarterbacks that we have in Jacksonville area right now, you have your pick just like your colleges to go to any other school, but you're staying at Oakleaf.
I really want to win a state championship with Oakleaf. We're going to take this thing all the way to the top.
And good stuff with Walt. Much more from the Friday Night Blitzers. We'll be posting our interviews from Media Day on the Action News Jax social media channel, so keep your eyes peeled for more content from your favorite teams, as they had some fun the other day.
Action Sports Jax Primetime, Saturday at 10:30 on Fox 30.